Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, my dear students. Well, how are you today? Hopefully, you are doing great and always in a good health. I'm so happy today to meet you again in our lesson, of course, in English lesson, together with Miss Isra. We are going to study about how to write a narrative. But before we study, let us pray together before study. Pray is begin. Pray is finished. All right, my dear students. Well, if you still remember our lesson in the last meeting, we had already talked about narrative text, right? Who can give me what is narrative text meaning? Is there anyone can answer me? What is narrative text? Okay, good job. So narrative text is a text tell a story or experience. Right. All right then. Before we continue our lesson, let me Isra read some learning objectives that we will study for today. For the first, in this lesson, we are going to identify the elements of narrative writing. In this case, we talk about the generic structure, right? And the second one, we are going to compose and speak essay. If you still remember, for last meeting, I had told you some elements that you have to consider to make your own story. But if you want to make a narrative essay, is more focused on some elements, so that you will build a good narrative. Yeah, not only in a sentence, but also in a paragraph. Okay, good job. Next, going to the first lesson. What is narrative? If there anyone can answer me, what is narrative? Right. A narrative is a story that has a beginning, middle, and the end. Use descriptive language, characters, and a plot to engage children in storytelling. Nah, bahasa Indonesianya seperti ini ya, Naya. Naratif itu adalah cerita yang memiliki pendahuluan, isi, dan penutup. Menggunakan bahasa yang menjelaskan, ada karakter di dalamnya, dan ada konflik. In the last meeting, I also explained about some elements, that you have to pay attention before you write your own story. Okay, my dear students, here you are, 3 elements. So there are 3 elements of narrative. First is characters. Nah, characters itu consist of the people, animals, or creatures who take part in story. Jadi karakter ini, or we say in Indonesia, itu adalah tokoh. Dalam sebuah cerita harus ada penokohan. Itu berupa people, orang ya, animal, dan makhluk-makhluk lainnya yang mengambil peran atau berperan di dalam cerita tersebut. Characters. Don't forget characters. The second one is setting. So setting is where and when the story takes place. Setting itu lebih ke tempat. Bisa where, itu di mana, and when. Jadi bisa kapan terjadinya. Ini harus ada dalam naratif, cerita naratif yang akan kalian buat. The third is plot. So the plot is a series of events that make up the story, including the problem and resolution. Jadi di plot ini terdiri dari konflik, ya, ada masalah, of course there will be a problem, and there will be a solution. The solution ini maksudnya adalah what's the final answer. Jadi dari permasalahan tersebut apa solusinya. Nah semua itu three elements ini wajib ada dalam cerita kalian nantinya dalam bentuk naratif. Okay, so far understand? Good. Next, I have some tips for writing a great narrative. So before you write your own narrative essay, sebelum kalian latihan menuliskan naratif esainya, Miss Isra akan memberikan ada tips, ya, some tips yang bisa kalian gunakan untuk membuat satu kisah atau story dalam bentuk naratif yang sangat menarik. Want to know? Let's check it out. Alright. Well, for the first is introduction. Introduction atau pembuka. This is the opening. Is your chance to capture the reader's attention. Masih ingat? You have to make yourself position as a reader. So, kalau kalian ingin menjadi penulis, kalian harus posisikan diri menjadi pembaca juga. So you can know what the reader feeling, especially in their emotional feeling. Apakah mereka sad, happy, disappointed, or what? Okay. Now, let's begin introduction. The opening is your chance to capture the reader's attention and make them want to read more. So take your time, be creative, and craft an opening that sets the stage for the story you want to tell. Okay? Dalam hal ini, kalian dalam membuat cerita, itu harus membuat satu introduction perkenalan, tapi yang perkenalannya itu yang sangat unik ya. Artinya, pada saat kalian menuliskan bentuk perkenalan di cerita kalian, usahakan itu bisa menarik perhatian pembaca. Ya, just think about your ideas, connect your ideas, and think about the extraordinary thing, yang hal-hal yang luar biasa yang bisa kalian masukkan dalam introduction naratif kalian. Ini ada tipsnya. To make good introduction, first, you have to ask a thought-provoking question that piques the reader's curiosity. Miss Isra selalu ingatkan ya, kalian posisikan menjadi seorang leader. Bagaimana leaders itu curiosity itu penasaran. Nah, introduction inilah kalian membuat satu alur cerita, satu introduction atau beginning yang membuat readers itu penasaran dan mau membaca lebih cerita kalian. Okay? The second, use a bold statement. Gunakan pernyataan yang membuat bold statement. It means you have to think deeply. Kalian harus berpikir keras. What does it mean actually? Kalian maksudnya itu apa? Itu bisa menimbulkan curiosity of the readers. Penasaran pembaca itu akan meningkat. Third is use humor. Kalian bisa gunakan humor, funny story or jokes, or wit to make the reader laugh or smile. Nah, ini kebalikan ya. Bukan membuat penasaran, tapi menarik perhatian dengan cara membuat lelucon, jenaka, atau hal-hal lucu lainnya. And the fourth is use your sensory language to paint a vivid picture in the reader's mind. Gunakan bahasa-bahasa yang tidak langsung, ya, bisa menggunakan gambar-gambar pemantik, pemicu, sehingga readers atau pembaca di sini bisa membayangkan imagination-nya itu sudah mulai berkembang dan penasaran. Oke? Next. Slide. Okay. The second part, the second element, okay, is characters. As I told you before, characters is the important one. Hal yang paling penting adalah characters. In here, develop your characters to create an image for your reader. And the goal is to create characters that your readers will care about and remember long after they finish reading your story. Jadi usahakan membuat karakter yang unik, yang benar-benar tujuannya adalah menggait lagi perhatian si pembaca, ya, sehingga kita penasaran kembali, ini tokohnya siapa, kenapa seperti ini, dan bagaimana akhirnya. Nah, tipsnya yang pertama, use vivid description. Use descriptive language to help your readers visualize your characters, including their physical appearance, clothing, and surroundings. Second, show, don't tell. Rather than telling your readers about your character's personality, show them through their actions, thoughts, and dialogues. And the three is create conflicts and obstacles. By creating conflicts and obstacles for your characters to overcome, you can help your readers become invested in their journeys and root for them success. Sekali lagi, karakter ini berguna untuk memainkan perasaan dari reader ya. So the reader will get the feeling and you can bring the character's personality. Misalnya karakternya ini tokoh jahat, this is the bad one, and this is good one. You can compare that. Jadi ketika reader membaca cerita kalian, itu mereka akan mendapatkan nilai moral atau setidaknya mereka bisa membandingkan which one the good and which one the bad. Okay? Jadi gunakan karakter ini untuk memperkuat cerita kalian. Well, for the next is setting. This is the third element that you have to pay attention. Setting ini sangat penting ya. Why? Because the setting and atmosphere are key elements that can truly bring your narrative to life. Jadi, membawa cerita kalian itu seolah-olah hidup. Use descriptive language to paint a picture of setting and atmosphere for your story. Empat tipsnya di sini. First, use sensory details to engage the reader's sense. For example, describe the sounds, smells, or texture of the setting. Jadi setting ini kalian bermain tempat ya, tempatnya yang menakutkan, yang menyenangkan. Jadi bagaimana you engage ya the reader sense. Jadi sense of feelingnya lagi pembaca yang di guide di sini. Yang kedua, use descriptive language to create a mood of atmosphere. Jadi moodnya pembaca kalian bisa mainkan di setting ini. The next is use vivid imagery to create a mental picture of the setting. And the fourth is use figurative language such as metaphors and similes ya. Jadi di sini kalian bisa menggunakan majas metafor yang kita besarkan atau menggunakan kata-kata yang unik sehingga pembaca itu bisa penasaran kembali dan membaca, mengikuti akhir bacaannya sampai terakhir. Ya, itu gunanya kita menuliskan narrative story, yaitu tadi supaya pembaca itu bisa mengambil setidaknya merasakan dan tertarik, merasa dihibur oleh cerita kita. Well, the last, of course, plot. In plot, itu very important one. Why? This is to keep things simple yet engaging. Plot, kalau kalian pernah melihat satu cerita naratif ya, atau sinetron biasanya plot itu konflik dan konfliknya itu menggugah perasaan kita ya, menguras emosi dan Disitulah dipermainkan, penulis yang baik bisa mempermainkan bagaimana perasaan pembacanya melalui plot. The problems, ya, there is a conflict, there is a problem, and there is of course ada resolution. Ini terakhir resolution, bagaimana kalian harus mampu membuat result hasil dari konflik tersebut. Misalnya endingnya, contoh ya, for example, is Maling Kundang. Maling Kundang plotnya itu ketika dia mengusir, tidak mengaku ibunya ya. Dia sudah durhaka ceritanya, and after that, in resolutionnya, pada saat dia dikutuk menjadi batu, ibunya itu memaafkan, itu sudah terlambat. Nah, tapi at least ada pesan moral yang bisa diambil oleh pembaca. Reader can take your moral value in here. In this case, for Maling Kundang, itu kita harus respect our parents, ya, obey their order, ya, tidak melawan dan menghormati orang tua. Seperti itu ya. Nah, itu adalah plotnya. And of course, to make a narrative tenses, ini langkah-langkahnya. To make a narrative, kalian harus memperhatikan juga tensesnya ya. Karena naratif itu sudah lewat. It's happening in the past, so you have to use past tense. They are typically used to tell story or narrative, anecdote. Simple past, ini sudah Miss pernah jelaskan ya. Simple past itu sangat-sangat digunakan dalam menyusun sebuah narasi atau cerita, karena sudah terjadi di masa lalu. Selanjutnya, past continuous. Ini bisa digunakan juga, masih terjadi happening in the past, but still continue until now. Itu past continuous. Terjadi di masa lalu, tapi masih berlangsung saat sekarang. Past perfect simple, ini juga bisa digunakan. Ini kita gunakan saat kejadiannya baru saja terjadi. Ya. Past perfect continuous, ini sudah lampau kejadiannya, tapi masih ada relate dengan sekarang. Alright, dear my students, so this is the time. I hope you are understand what I explained just now. Is there any question? Okay, if you don't have any question, I would like all of you to do the practice. Yeah. Look at the picture first. All right. Can you describe the situation? Work in groups. You have 5 minutes. So here are some ideas to get your discussion. Silakan dari gambar ini kalian menjelaskan situasinya. Yang pertama adalah what was the weather like that day? Yang kedua, where were they going? Yang ketiga, how were they feeling? Yang keempat, what had they done before calling the taxi? And the last, what were they doing when the taxi arrived? Okay, this is a example dulu pilihan ya. Silahkan kalian buat jawabannya itu ini sebagai bentuk latihan awal dalam membuat narasi teks. Naratif teks. Okay? Any question? Alright. That's the end of our lesson, my dear students. So make your own storytelling, make your own narrative text, make your own personal experience story, and don't forget to use our consideration to make a narrative and pay attention to the 4 elements, my tips and tricks just now, and our reflection today. Ya, kita refleksikan pembelajaran hari ini. The first adalah kalian harus train yourself, latih dirinya untuk mulai rajin menulis. Ya, train yourself to know your vocabulary, to improve your vocabulary. Rajin-rajin membaca membaca buku supaya kalian menjadi penulis. And the third is tell ideas in your head into your journal. Jadi silakan buatkan kalian buat jurnal harian, buku harian. Itu isinya ide-ide kalian, kemudian apapun pengalaman yang telah kalian lalui ya, dengan menggunakan yang Miss bilang tadi, simple past tense. Alright, I think that's all for today. Thank you for your attention. See you for the next meeting. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye-bye.